Hello Eternum and welcome to KOTT News, Eternum's #1 source for news, and this is the War Report. No change in the dynamic of Eternum last night as yig-dodging marauders maintained the mosh pit in Cutlass Keys. We caught up with Dodger leadership for a quick word about the fight. Exciting moments here in Cutlass Keys as the marauders succeed in holding the mosh pit. How do you feel it went out there tonight?
Indeed, John. It was definitely an exciting war out there. Well fought on both sides. In the end, we just out-left clicked them, but it was definitely a great fight on both sides.
Was there anybody whose performance really stood out tonight?
Yeah, John, our anchor groups and our rotation groups really stood out, but at the end of the day, everybody did their job and held it down.
In other news, in response to the increase in refugees last week, the Eternum Transportation Network has expanded its train schedule. Be sure to check Recruitment Channel for daily updates. Turning to the weather, and it looks like the sun is creeping across the southern tip of the island today. This unusual weather phenomenon will give rise to a 30% chance of corruption invasion across the island. 5 lineup submissions for Simulated Fantasy Combat Resolution tonight, brought to you by LARPco. Remember, if it isn't LARPco, it's cardboard. First up, the Marauders of Yig-Dodgers attack the Covenant forces of Most Wanted for control of the bear-infested deep forests of Brightwood. Dodgers forces seeking to establish a northern position on the island in order to more rapidly advance into the wastelands for training, but they'll have to overcome Most Wanted to do it. These two forces of the island clash once again as they position for control of the abundant lumber and hide, but this time it's Most Wanted channeling the spirit of the bears. Meanwhile, the syndicate members of Soju Gang assail the Covenant forces of Tropical House for control of First Light and the flow of the spice. Another rivalry amongst the competitors of the island. These two groups face off yet again. Technically a right to rematch fight. Will Soju Gang win out this time? As the reigning spice lords of the island, Tropical House is paramount in controlling the southern spice trade routes, currently flowing to the bluff whilst isolating the central corridor. Later, the Marauders of Context assault the syndicate members of JDB's Kitchen for control of the arid desert region of Brimstone Sands. Anxious to plunder the rich artifacts from the desert, the Marauders of Context set their eyes on overrunning local authority in order to move more freely in acquiring loot. JDB's Kitchen has been holding the desert region for nearly 2 months, and in anticipation of a worthy combatant tonight, are getting hyped to continue doing so. After that, the syndicate members of Pharmaceuticals assail the zealots of Daddy Chill for control of the always uncontrollable Restless Shore. Little is known about this newcomer to the eastern coastline, but if they're due-paying members of the syndicate, they must have a plan to get up the hill. Daddy Chill, once again taking position at the top of the mud hill, prepare themselves for yet another battle as the anarchy in the archipelago continues. In the nightcap, the Marauders of Iron Reavers challenge the syndicate members of Strawberry for their championship title and the right to rule over Everfall. In the green corner, wearing a subdued red skull with crossed swords, hailing from parts unknown, these newcomers make their way to the ring, ambitious to make history. The challenger, Iron Reavers. In the purple corner, wearing a white rabbit, with a combined record of 4 straight holds and going for 5 tonight, your current, reigning, heavyweight champions of Eternum, Strawberry! We'll have any late-breaking outcomes and reactions from the citizens tonight at 11. Until then, this has been War Correspondent JChalant, KOTT News.